Thanks, Chief.
Don't call me Chief!
Yes, Chief?
Don't call me Chief!
Just a minute, Jimmy. I'll phone you when I get out there this evening, Chief. And don't call me Chief.
Have you got any ideas, Chief? You're supposed to be a reporter. You get the ideas, and don't call me Chief.
Sure good to see you again, Chief.
Don't call me Chief.
Gosh, Chief.
Don't call me... Well, all right, James. This is one time you may call me Chief.
Yeah, so like last night at City, I was doing a bit about the king getting fingered, and I was just sweating because it wasn't going well.
Oh, it's the worst.
And Dave was like, the headliner was late, so Dave was like, "Oh, just stretch, just keep going." So in my head there, I'm just adding bits in my head, and then I'm doing the king fingering bit. It's bombing, like, and then I set up the bit, and then I just do like the second last tag at the very start, and I'm like, what have I've just fucked the whole joke.
Yeah.
But now I'm in the joke, so I have to finish the fucking joke, and it was horrible.
Did they just hate you, or did they hate that it was about monarchy?
Well, they hated me because, as I said to you at the start, like I did.
Oh yeah.
I was so I had to work there last night doing the door, and I accidentally gave everyone.
They should have loved you.
2 free. No, they should have loved me, but I went on stage and I went on stage and I was like, I accidentally gave you all 1 extra free drink token, and I was like, that wasn't me trying to be cool. Like,
and then they're like, the fucking
me.
lackey is doing a spot, and
that's what it was.
And he's taking away a drink.
Yeah, they let the help do a spot.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that wasn't me trying to be cool. That was me just being a retard, and I just thought it would get a laugh because everyone was saying mad shit.
Then half the audience probably have a Down syndrome brother. Or something.
Looking back, I think half them were Down syndrome. Yeah. Another look back, just the whole back row was they were just
they didn't know they had 2 drink tickets. They couldn't count that high.
I think they hate them.
Yeah. Can I get candy with this?
Yeah, one guy was like, when do we get drink tickets? What's that from again? The Ringer? When the fuck do we get ice cream?
That's is that Johnny Knoxville?
Yeah, The Ringer.
You wouldn't be able to make that again.
No, you wouldn't. No.
Great. That was a great time then.
Great
That was a great time.
Jackass and fucking like The Ringer, where he just pretends to be retarded for the whole movie.
Now you have to pretend to be a fucking lady to win anything. Back then you could pretend to be retarded and make a movie.
Yeah. That I'm surprised he didn't get like an Oscar nomination or something for that, because it was quite convincing. But anyway, Mark O'Keefe is here.
Yeah.
There we go, a bit of a delayed intro.
I was the earlier iteration of this I was on, wasn't it?
Yes, Big Mike and the Chief. Yeah, that was about a year ago now.
We don't talk about that.
We don't need to talk
about
that. He who shall not be named. He who left the sinking ship.
Yeah, well, he left to
run away with an Italian man.
This is cooler anyway, but this is fucking cooler. This is edgier. That's like the Lad's Bible or whatever. And that's safe.
Yeah.
It's like fucking the Brian Jonestown Massacre and the Dandy Warhols. You know what I mean? One does heroin and one's fucking just candy pop queer shit.
Yeah, this is like the Libertines and they're like Coldplay.
This is edgy.
Yeah.
George Wheeler's on this. He's homeless.
We have a homeless man as a recurring guest. It doesn't get any better than that. We had it was so funny that we had that guy Rick Diaz from Kill Tony.
Yeah. Tall.
I think I was telling you.
Yeah.
And he's like this like 47-year-old kind of nebbish sort of nerdy guy, and just the juxtaposition of having him there, and he'd never met George, and George came in late. We're like, hey, here's George. I was like, George is homeless. Like, there was just so much for him to take in. Like the smell and the look of him. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so you're just back in London briefly.
I just get back for a month, yeah.
You've been on your travels.
Yeah, I'm trying not to pay rent anywhere.
So
if you keep on moving about, you know.
A bit like George.
He's doing it in a way more artistic way, I would say.
Yeah. He is. Like, things need to start going, you know, in a good direction for him comedically, or else it's just going to be sad. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a romanticism.
I didn't realize he was 28. I thought he was like in his mid-40s. Yeah. I thought he was a lot older. So like now the fact that he's like that younger, I mean he's looking older.
Yeah.
The fact that he's younger, he's got a couple of years to be a homeless man, you know.
Yeah, it's still kind of.
And
like,
plus the skills you learn as a homeless, you know what I mean. He's going to build up in those like outdoor city skills.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He can
real street smarts, like how to survive on the
Sell their
streets
body.
of London. Yeah,
He's a street retard.
yeah, like he could do a TV show now, like a Bear Grylls-esque sort of.
Yeah, just
How to
that'd be-
survive on the streets.
That's going to be a sketch we do.
Well,
Let's
just
get-
a guy who's
no. Just get him to be like all the things that he's learned, just little vignettes of like things that he's learned on the streets. All right, what you got to do? You got to take a shit. Right? There's no toilets. There's people around. What do? It don't fucking matter. You're homeless.
yeah. Do whatever the fuck you want, buddy. Fucking take a shit in the middle of the street. What are they gonna do? Fucking lock you up? Then you got somewhere to fucking sleep. You know what I mean? But
he should work on the fucking thing you do in this tube, you know, where you kind of doors open, you go on with your cup and you have your pitch. You know, you stand there and you go, "Oh, my name's George.
yeah,
I've had a fucking rough time of it.
Yeah.
I will not drink that money."
But he could go through doing like his bits.
He could do a few
He could do
bits.
his bits,
He could do a
yeah.
few bits.
because we're just like because he's got some stiff competition now on the overground. There's a fellow who plays the harmonica.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Not
That's hack though.
Harmonica
Everyone's been
Lewinsky.
doing.
That was a good one. I'm fucking proud of that. There's a fella. Have you seen that guy? You might have seen him on the way here. He's got a fucking raggedy ass fucking what do you call it, like a beanie, and he goes
Yeah.
around playing the harmonica, but he's not really even playing it because
No,
he can.
anyone can play. The harmonica is tuned to a certain.
Does he just have a
note.
speaker playing and then he's just fucking miming it?
So you
He's
don't.
like Taylor Swift in it, like he's gonna.
You can make it sound good just by fucking around. I don't
Yeah, he's just going.
Yeah.
I was like, man, play me fucking, Beethoven's
Do
10th
classical
Symphony
gas.
or something. I might consider giving you a shekel, But there's a guy that I'm getting so angry at there's a new security guard down at Sainsbury's, right?
The one I just been at, yeah.
The one you were just at, right?
Yeah.
And I used to steal from there religiously. Like every day I would steal from there. And there was a security guard there, you probably know him. He was like this black guy.
I seen him. He's there today.
Yeah, well, this is a different guy. So there's this guy, and I would steal from there all the time. And he either didn't care or he was so incompetent because he was on his phone the whole time that it was so easy to steal from there at the self-checkout, right? I think he got sacked because so much stock was going missing under his watch.
Could be you.
So I could have gotten him sacked, right? So now there's this new fucking guy, and I think they got him from the fucking. He's like a former child soldier or something from the Congo. Like he comes in.
He's trying to prove his worth in the country.
Oh yeah. And like he's a new hot prospect on the sort of the supermarket security scene.
circuit. Yeah. Up and comer.
Yeah, it's like a football team signing a new like
checking old ladies' bags and everything.
He does, man. I've gone in there and he sees me because the guy going out might have been like, yeah, there's this fucking ginger Irish retard who comes in here, and he watches me like a hawk. And there's been a few times where I've scanned things and I've walked out, and he goes, oh, no, and he brings me back to the self checkout to check what's in my bag and what's been scanned. And I'm like, oh, I can't fuck around with this guy. You know what I mean?
Did you do a practice run to see?
I did a practice one where I paid for everything just to see
how he
No,
works.
you got to do a few of those. You got to gain his trust.
Yeah. gain his trust.
And you got to watch.
Yeah.
You got to watch him. Like you got to watch how he moves, where he looks, what his fucking aura is. You know what I mean?
He's like everyone. Like he stopped multiple like old women leaving the shop, and he's like,
he's
hey,
new. He's new though. That will fade quick.
Yeah.
Do you know what you got to do?
Yeah.
What you got to do is you got to go in there, pay for a bunch of shit, make it look like you're stealing, but pay for everything.
Oh,
You
smart.
get him to accuse you once,
Yeah.
and you're like, "What? You've got the receipt." And then next time he won't be so quick.
But he did accuse me once falsely because you went in one night, and then I was waiting outside, and then I came in to like see where you were, and I kind of walked into the shop, took a look around like this, and it looked like I was looking for security, and then I walked back out, and he was like, "Hey, where you going?" And he like, I didn't even go in. And so yeah, he's a pain in the ass, and then there's like a part of me that's like it's a weird thing that goes on in my head where I'm like I get angry at him for doing his job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's the
Yeah, but there is like
it's the antagonist of you're trying to steal.
Yeah. Your job is to. I mean, his job doesn't exist without your job.
Exactly.
You
I was
know what
like,
I mean? You're
he should
part
be
of the whole
grateful
system.
that
Like,
I'm.
yeah.
Like, excuse me.
I'm making you look
like-
good if you can do it.
You're just
you know?
two soldiers on a battlefield. There's
We
no
are.
right or wrong
We
here.
are. It's South Africa all over again. Like it's what do they call it? The
Apartheid.
apartheid. Yeah.
In
yeah,
Sainsbury's.
Yeah, the Sainsbury's apartheid.
First, the white man stole their land, and now it's fucking 50 years later, and it's got
Yeah.
so bad that the white man's trying to steal just a packet of crisps.
Well, this is the thing. I got so close with the black security guard who that was
Yeah,
fine.
he was great, yeah.
He was great. I'd fucking fist bump him. We talk about whatever, and he's like the father I never had. John would come in, and then I'd always steal. And I felt like fuck if he ever catches me stealing, it's just gonna like shatter his
Yeah, yeah.
Because maybe he like had bad experiences with white people in the past, and then he's like,
And I trust
wow,
this one
this
guy
white guy
as a friend.
is maybe turning the tide with regards
Yeah,
to my
yeah.
racial sort of prejudices, and then I'm just stealing right under his nose, and he's like, nah, all white people are the devil again.
Yeah.
So so you're without home at the moment.
Yeah, I go back to Ireland and stay with my parents for a bit and shit. Things are, things aren't great.
Right.
Oh, really?
They're not like terrible. It's just like I was working here I'm working here and shit. I was doing like landscaping,
What are you doing?
and
Landscaping,
doing like
yeah.
clinical trials. And
Oh
doing-
yeah, you're doing a clinical trial tomorrow. What's going on there?
it's for Crohn's, for people who shit themselves.
Right.
I don't have that.
Right.
Oh, so they have to give you Crohn's first.
Or do you have to pretend to have Crohn's?
No, Crohn's is uncurable. It's they're looking for a cure, so it's
Right.
a hot topic. Because I know 2 people that got it.
Yeah.
There's probably more,
Yeah.
and it's shit. You know, it's literally you shit
Literally
yourself. You shit yourself.
Yeah.
Everyday life, you just start shitting yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that sucks.
it sucks bad,
Yeah.
and that's like that's like $2,000. But I'm not even going to get on it. Things are fucking bad. I mightn't even make it on a clinical trial.
But how?
I'm on the reserve.
There's like
You know
the
what I mean?
army.
You know, like I'm on the bench
yeah.
for a clinical trial.
Yeah, in case someone dies.
Yeah. Throw me in.
The last guy
Throw
died.
me in, coach.
Throw Keith in. Yeah. So wait. So then, you said that you can't drink because you're doing something tomorrow. What's the thing tomorrow?
Clinical trial.
But you said you're on the bench. So what is that?
Oh yeah, no. What happens is they have to overbook.
Right.
Like they have to have a certain amount, and if I stay in for one full night, I get £300, which is good. You know what I mean?
It's great.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if it's fucking 4 days, it's $2,000.
Okay. And when do you find out if you get the full?
I'll just at some point tomorrow. Then
Right,
they'll just
okay.
kick me out straight away.
Right.
If
Okay.
I make it to tomorrow evening, no, to Tuesday morning, things will be looking good. I'll
Right.
start celebrating.
It sounds like a
Yeah.
Mr. Beast competition.
It's
It does. Maybe it is Mr.
Can you
Beast.
stay in the house shitting yourself for a whole night?
You just have to take a
Anyone
lot
who
of
takes their
laxatives.
hand off the toilet loses.
Anyone who leaves the toilet loses.
Yeah.
You have to shit.
You have to consistently shit.
Yeah.
You're just fucking hooked up to a fucking
yeah,
drip.
no, it's I've done a good few of them.
Yeah.
I done one a year ago for I can't even. You don't even remember what they're for. You forget almost instantly what they're for, what you're taking.
That's a side effect of the.
You don't even. I don't even give a shit about the side effects. And
Yeah.
it was for 10 days. And there was this fucking cunt across the way, and he was just he was a spastic, like.
Yeah.
Like 10 days, and I was like, this would be grand. Like I'll just read a ton of books and shit.
Yeah.
And then the fiend across the way, he was like he's just the most annoying scouser. You know,
Ugh.
just
Yeah.
like I can picture him, boy. He just the shittest tattoos.
Oh
The
yeah.
annoying as fucking voice, and he wouldn't shut the fuck up for 10 days.
Yeah.
And I was the only. Everyone fucking isolated him. You
Yeah.
know, everyone they've grouped. Everyone made friends.
Right.
I was like, I don't need to make friends. It's only 10 days.
It's like the Stanford prison experiment.
It was like I felt like a complete social experiment.
Yeah. But
Then
I've never met like a placid, quiet scouser.
No, they don't exist.
They don't exist. They're all
There's
like,
something about that.
"Hiya, lads."
Yeah,
It's always like
the personality up there is like I need to be a presence.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
quiet, like, and then this fiend, he was saving me a spot at the fucking canteen,
Oh god.
and then he'd just talk, boy. He'd just talk, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah. And he's like, I don't even have a passport. I was like, of course you don't have a passport. You're fucking retarded. Like you never
They
got
would.
one.
They
like-
wouldn't give you one if you
Yeah, they
applied
wouldn't get
for
you
one.
one. And
They
he
don't-
goes, he makes all this money doing these. This
Yeah.
is, and then I was like, that's fucking tragic. And then it's a year later, and that's what I fucking do.
Lad, I'd be in there like
So they're like-
swimwear. Fucking if I was able, like I take too much medication and stuff that I can't safely do it.
No, yeah, you'd be
But,
fucking.
Um,
What the fuck are you taking? Are
but
you
then-
alright?
Methadone. No. It's just for OCD and anxiety and.
Oh shit,
depression
just
and
calms down
stuff.
your brain and shit.
Yeah, it calms down the
Why is
old,
you're not
the old
sleeping?
noggin. No, I just well, sleep is an issue, but it's also just every waking moment
Is awful pain.
is awful.
Yeah, fuck.
I'm surprised I haven't like lost hair to.
Well, shit, are you at the
stress.
NHS like funding your? That's sick though.
Yeah, I get all that shit for £11 a month, where in Ireland I was paying 120 quid a month.
Oh, that's unreal.
Isn't that insane?
Anyway, you bring some back and fucking bit of
Yeah,
profit.
because it's funny because there's like it's not like a loophole, but like So I take benzos, right? But
Benzodiazepine, yeah.
benzodiazepines, yeah, and
That's like having a beer, isn't it? Kind of.
it depends on how many you take. It's a very low dose. It's like
Oh, yeah,
0.5. Do they work for you when you took them to sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Knock
yeah.
you out,
It does- like, but it's for me with benzo. If you have them like my tolerance goes up so quickly. Like if
Yeah.
I had them again the next day or something, they probably wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, like I take 0.5. So if I take like half of one of them, I don't even feel anything. But it's just like what's the word?
Josie?
Placebo effect.
It's like putting a little.
Oh,
blanket
yeah,
on
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Feels like it's like putting a blanket, like a little
Little
fuzzy
cozy,
blanket over
yeah.
you. But so like you're not supposed to be prescribed them for any longer than 6 months at a time.
Yeah.
But
Because they're highly addictive, yeah?
because they're highly addictive. But for some reason, I've slipped through the cracks, and they just give me a recurring prescription for them every month. So I just get them every single month. I've been getting them every single month for the past like 5 years.
Sick.
And I did have a big stockpile for a while because I just wasn't using them. But then I had a bad show at Cafe Mode, and then I've just been taking them ever since. So now my stockpile is gone, and I have enough. But it's so nice knowing that I'm just getting them every month.
Yeah.
And they're not, because one time they didn't dispense when I first got in with the pharmacy here. They were like skeptical about giving them to me because they're just fucking pricks. They're just like, oh,
Yeah,
hang on a second. So they called me, and I was like, oh, this is it. The golden days, the golden years are over. Like, they're going to take away my prescription. And they were just like, yeah. So all they did was like, so why are you taking these? And I was like, oh, it's for like panic disorder and OCD. And they're like, ah, yeah, fine. And now we just have a never-ending prescription again.
What if you
amazing.
if you stop taking them, could you die? You'd have a
severe withdrawals. Like,
Fuck.
Would you with those ones? I mean, I'm sure it would be rough. But
if
like,
I was abusing them, yeah. Like
But
if I
you
was
have, like, what,
fucking
one a
taking
day?
like,
Did you
I
use-
have like 1.5 a day?
You
sometimes
used
too.
to before you were on pharmacy drugs. You used to do your own.
Yeah, I used to. Yeah, I dipped my beak in a few different puddles. But
You were doing your own form of
self-medication.
self-medication.
Yeah,
what was
yeah.
that? Booze.
self-medication is the best.
Yeah, I know.
It
Because you're in,
is.
you're
I'm
in
so
control.
much better at it than a doctor.
I'm
I got
fucking
so
sick of it.
jealous the other night because all the boys got fucking high after City, and
Oh,
I had to
man.
I had to like stand away because I get like the smell of weed, like something
Triggers something.
triggers something. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of had to stand away.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd love to just get baked into oblivion right now.
Yeah.
And what happened
That
if you
weed
did? Would it
was-
just fucking you'd start spiraling?
Because it was funny because Hamish had a panic attack.
Yeah.
Sorry if you didn't want me to bring
No,
it up.
that's
but
fine,
He
yeah,
had a
yeah.
panic attack before the show.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Because of weed,
No.
just in general.
just in general.
Weed
Yeah.
helps me.
Yeah.
This is the thing, because then we were leaving, and Sam was like, "Do you want to get high?" And Hamish was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You just had a panic attack. Is that not going to make it worse?" And he's like, "No, it would help." Whereas
Yeah,
I'm the
yeah,
opposite.
yeah.
I'd feel
Yeah.
fine. I'd be having a great day, and then I'd smoke a joint, and like just
Spiral, yeah.
the ghost
Go
of
mad.
Hitler would come in and just shit on
Yeah.
my face. Like it
Yeah.
would be bad. Like
Yeah, I'd be mad for the tranquilizers. For,
yeah,
the horse.
like the horsey.
Yeah,
the horse
fucking, I used to go
tranquilizers.
through tons of it.
Yeah,
There was a point where I was doing so much of it that like waking life didn't feel real. It really doesn't feel real.
Oh, you're saying that during lockdown you did so much that.
I used to just go through like fucking 6 or 7
What were
grams
you
a
doing?
weekend.
Of
Of it was
ketamine.
Ketamine, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had mates who were like
We
fucking
I did it
injecting it and shit.
I didn't know you could inject.
You can
ketamine.
inject it and you can go straight to God. Like it's like instantly
You
you're
skip the stairs. You go.
instantly you're talking
You get
to
the
like
elevator.
Did someone shoot you with a tranquilizer gun? Like, do they,
Yeah.
like,
my
oh,
mate
God.
my mate was like he's speaking Arabic, so
He learned Arabic through ketamine.
fucking he said my mate was really bad in it for a while. And then he got off it completely, but then I was like I'm going to get bad in it.
Yeah.
You know, just to compete. But it would be I would just fucking we'd wake up and we'd just do it.
Wow.
I was always.
There's nothing going on, but then I do it like you can do it on work nights
Yeah.
because you just fall asleep. You know what I mean?
Because you don't feel fucked up the
Right.
next
It
day.
doesn't. That's pharmaceutical. It doesn't feel like shitty the next day.
What do you mean by pharmaceutical?
Like it's clean. Like it's not stamped on. It's just like stolen from a veterinary clinic or.
Yeah, because it's meant for horses.
It's meant for cats. I think a lot of it's meant for cats.
It's for a lot of the time it's the same.
But why do
like-
horses take it? Do
they
horses
use it-
take it before they go to festivals or something? Like what's?
With those big nostrils.
They use it.
They need a lot, I'd say. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they use it on humans too, like clinically.
I think they do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I've seen studies that they've shown that ketamine is being used to treat like depression and OCD and stuff.
Long face.
Huh? Why the long face? That's great. Yeah, that's the name of the trial. That's great.
I was at a wedding recently, and the wedding was kind of like, it was in a campsite. I know that sounds very gypsy.
Very gypsy.
But there was a camp.
We went hard on them last time.
Yeah, I had to cut out so much.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got you. It's hard not to be honest.
Shit on the gypsies, yeah. It's hard. It is hard.
It's never been a situation where it's been. Do you ever have a good experience?
No. I haven't.
I've had like maybe one or two. I used to box and that, so they're there.
Yes.
But in general, as soon as I hear the voice, I see the hat, I just get a sinking feeling in my balls. It's like, this is going to be a problem.
The hat. What's the hat?
The fucking hat, like, you know, the way the hat's been worn.
Yes. Yeah,
you know, a leather jacket and tracksuit pants.
Yes.
Actually, you used to dress like that a little bit, didn't you?
A little bit, yeah. I've got some gypsy blood in me.
As soon as... Oh, yeah?
No, I don't.
Right.
No.
Because you look...
Do I look a bit gypsy-ish?
You got the blue eyes, like...
Is the gypsy
I got told
eyes?
this last episode.
Oh, yeah. Rick
Bemi.
told... Oh, Bemi said he looked like a bit of a gypsy.
Yeah, I guess I have blue eyes. Is that blue eyes a gypsy thing?
Yeah, they don't fuck... They don't...
Is it like the...
They got, like, piercing blue eyes. They've got, like, big square heads.
Right.
Because they don't, like... Now they've been mixing for the last few... But they weren't mixing for years and years. So it's a real steady bloodline.
They've been mixing, have they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
they
but that's some fucking
mixing
real...
the drinks.
Who do they mix with?
Fucking...
Who's stupid, like people like Georgies and stuff?
Yeah.
George Wheeler's.
The George Wheelers of
that's
the world.
poor George Wheeler.
What's going on here? Hello, buddy.
Hello, buddy.
You got yourself a little camp
Sure,
here.
George would cozy himself
got a
up to
caravan?
anyone who'd give him a hot meal and a fucking somewhere to sleep. Like George would cozy himself up to the fucking Taliban if they were like they'd give him somewhere to sleep. But
a turban for the night.
keep his head warm. He gives it back to them. It's all fucking dusty from his psoriasis. But you're because you were talking about the gypsy thing. Like I've never had. Like I used to work in a petrol station that was like
Me too.
adjacent to a camp, right? And like they just come
They
in.
just like the smell.
I was just like, oh,
They like the smell of the petrol.
They like the smell, they like the smell of the petrol, yeah. But
They're just filling up. They're not paying.
they'd come in, and they come in and they'd fill up their cars and they come in. They're like, "Hey, boy, I'm after forgetting." Like you wouldn't even be able to register what they were saying. They're like, "I'm after forgetting my car there. I'll come back and I'll pay what you leave. Is that all right?" Yeah. And I'd be like, "No, lad, you can't leave without paying." Like, and he's like, "Ah, but come on now, I'll be back." And he just walks out of the thing. Like, fuck, I have to call the guards. And then the kids would come in. The gypsy kids would come in,
steal chocolate,
and they'd just steal everything. And they'd leave, and
Like
then
blatantly, or were they trying to hide the fact?
just blatantly,
Yeah.
they live by their own code of law.
Yeah.
It's kind of sick if you
It
if you think about it. It is kind of fucking.
It must be fun to be a gypsy. Like you can just because the guards don't want to intervene. The guards don't go into campsites because
fun until you're 36 and you're actually an elder and you're ready to go.
It's fun until you have to marry your cousin. But yeah, the kids would come in and they'd fucking steal stuff. And then they'd come up and like a 12-year-old boy would come up and be like, "Give us a pack of John Player Blue," and you're like, "You're 12." And he's like, "No, I'm 18." And you're like, "No, you're 12. Get the fuck out of here."
And then they'll go to try and fight. Yeah,
they would. And then some woman like women would come in and they'd be terrified. It's like, "Yeah, right." It's like, "Oh, there's these young traveller kids outside trying to get us to buy them scratch cards and smokes and stuff." So they'd have to go out and tell them to like fuck off, like go away. And they're like, "Oh, my uncle will come down and fucking fight you or whatever." I'm like, fuck yeah. And then they just the adults would come in and they'd fucking steal and they blah 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 blah. And one of them tried to come in and sell me a horse once.
Yeah,
and it was a good deal. So
how much was the what? How much were they selling?
He was just like, "Are you looking for a horse?" And I was like, No, I'm not looking for a horse. I was like, "Are you looking for a woman?" And I was like,
to human trafficking.
I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "No, I'm not looking for a woman." They're like, "You looking for a lad? Are you gay?" And I was like, "We're not going there. I'm not telling.
Don't tell him that.
I'm not coming out to a gypsy." Do you know what I mean? I said, "Yeah," and it was like, "You looking for a baiting?" And just beat the fucking head off me. But yeah, and then my mom has worked with like. She works in like a remedial clinic for retarded children, you know.
Oh, sick.
And they are pretty sick.
Huh? She cures them.
She cures them, yeah. My mother is a saint.
Gypsy curse.
Yeah, she cures them of the gypsy curse, yeah.
That's how it started originally, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was a big gypsy curse and it's just fucking lingered on.
The big gypsy epidemic of the 1980s, but
someone stole a horse, a gypsy curse was issued and it just kept on breeding.
You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm gonna have to cut all of this out.
I mean, yeah. No, you. Not even
yeah.
Nowhere you get away with this. No.
Even just calling them gypsies.
No,
is
no.
bad. Like,
I don't understand that. I
This is like
still don't
one
understand.
15-minute long N-word.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Is it really that bad? I don't.
Yeah, they're fucking...
I'll say gypsies. I don't.
I'll say it, but like it's in fucking... In Ireland, they're trying to get civil rights since they were existing.
But you
Yeah.
can't. But then you have to. You can't.
It's
have
almost-
both ways. It's
it-
having your cake and eating it too.
Yeah, but it's like the
Yeah.
Aboriginal thing in Australia. People get their fucking asses tightened up straight away when you bring it up.
Yeah.
Is it the same kind of thing?
It's the same thing. They don't.
Interesting,
They
okay.
look like Aboriginal. They're Irish Aboriginals. They're more
Okay,
original than
yeah.
us.
Alright, that makes-
Hamish
okay,
gets
that
a bit
makes-
uncomfortable when you bring up the.
Yeah, no.
No, that does make more sense.
It's the same
Yeah, that
fucking.
does,
It's
but
the
it-
same fucking thing. People.
but the
are-
Aboriginals have been there for 50,000 years.
These people have been there before. Anyway, these are
Really?
these are literally.
Jesus Christ. With superpowers. But the.
Yeah, they got magic powers as
Yeah,
well.
they got magic powers. But yeah, like my mom would work with these retarded kids, and some of them would be gypsies. Like,
Oh, gee, imagine that's a double dose.
That's a
Does that happen? That actually
that
happened.
actually happens.
Yeah.
I would have
The
thought they
devil
would
double
have.
dipped on.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I would have thought they would have fucking,
Yeah,
smothered it up as soon as they,
yeah. That's
you know,
actually a good point.
you know the way like cows killed their calf when the calf
Yeah.
is all fucked up.
Yeah,
Just some people
you
are
just
more
tie it to a horse and.
closer
fucking whip the horse.
closer to nature,
Go on.
natural instincts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
None of this civilized pussy shit.
No.
That baby's cross-eyed. Well, stamp on it.
It's probably going to be gay. But yeah, and they come in, and then one time they like the kids would go up, and then they do like when they come back on a Monday from the weekend, and they'd be like, the kids would go up and say what they did at the weekend. You know, people are like, oh, I went to go see this movie in the cinema or whatever, and then the gypsy kid would go up and be like, the guards came to the Hutland site and they pulled Daddy away in a car, and he said he didn't do nothing. He didn't say he didn't do it, and like. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
And all this,
shush.
all the stories are about how the guards came to
Yeah.
arrest their dad, and the dad was gone, but yeah, I mean they're
Oh yeah.
they're a fine people. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. No, it's a culture.
It is a culture.
Yeah, it should be celebrated. They got their own fucking language.
Do you remember Peter O'Toole? Do you remember him? He ran for president.
Sounds
Do you
familiar.
remember? So there's a presidential election like 5 years ago in Ireland, right? And Michael D. Higgins, who was like the current president, like he was like a shoe, and everyone's like, "Oh, just let him." He's an unproblematic little gay.
Yeah, he looks like
leprechaun.
something out of.
This is the president. This is not the real political thing, though, is it? Because Ireland has a
No.
prime minister and a
There's a-
president.
Yeah, the president's a
Prime Minister.
figurehead. It doesn't make any
Figurehead. Yeah,
political
okay,
difference
yeah,
Yeah, and he's
whatsoever.
about the size of this fucking.
Yeah, he looks like
planet
something
here.
out of Middle Earth, so it's kind of charming. It
Yeah.
kind of fits the whole aesthetic of the country.
Yeah.
They have
Nice.
a little man who looks like he
Yeah.
can cast spells.
Yeah.
So it's nice, like
Yeah.
keep him there.
If
Like.
you ask people to like, who
He does
don't know what
poetry and he's
looks
gay
like,
as well,
he
isn't
does,
it?
Yeah, there's people who think that he's gay
I've
as
heard
well.
about this.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like a rumor that he's. I knew a guy whose like sister was like an aide to him, and he was like, "Yeah, it's a bit, whatever." But
Does he got a little wife as well? Does he got a little?
he has a little wife. She's taller than him.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's the two dogs as well. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're the real people that like if they're pulling the strings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
With regards to the country.
It's funny that we have just these two little. Woo!
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? People
yeah,
come
yeah.
and just rub his chin for fucking luck.
Yeah, they do. They do. And like, if you were to ask someone who doesn't know anything about Ireland to like, or who knows about Ireland but they don't know what the president looks like, if you ask them to like draw a picture of what you think the president of Ireland looks like, they would draw him.
Yeah.
Because he's just this little.
It's basically a leprechaun, isn't it?
He's basically a leprechaun, like.
Yeah.
And so he was like a shoe-in, and then there's this guy Peter. I think his name was Peter O'Toole, and he was like of the 8 candidates, he was at the very bottom, and he did this interview on like some radio show, and he was always like, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna win" or whatever. And then people were like, "Oh, what are you gonna do if someone brought up gypsies, travelers?" And he just shat on travelers for like an hour. He's just like, they don't abide by the law, they don't pay fucking taxes, they don't let their kids go to school, they're misogynistic, they're fucking whatever. They hit their women, all this sort of stuff. And then after that interview, he shot up to like he became like a favorite, like
Yeah,
a fan.
yeah.
He became like someone that became a serious contender, and he ended up coming third in the
And it
race.
was, completely by one question set him off. He's like, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. But like, he was obviously like, "Fuck it, I don't care," and then this whole thing was just fueled by like his hatred for travellers. But it just goes to show you how much the rest
country,
of Ireland
there's
has a problem with them.
Serious prejudice there.
There's
I saw a good one on Reddit, and then we'd probably have to move on subject because you're not going to get anything out of this, you know.
Yeah.
But
we've gone into like a gypsy cul-de-sac.
But someone was like, "Could you stop?" It's like fucking 99% of them give the 1% a bad name.
Oh my god! Oh, that's so funny. That's such a funny way of putting it. Oh, fuck.
It's just almost all of them.
Yeah.
It's just that's all it is. It's
the babies are the only ones that are alright.
There's like literally one
Babies.
escapes every fucking
It's like North
80
Korea.
people family. Like,
North Korea.
Are there people like that who are like ex-travelers who like go on the... Should we just stop talking about it?
I mean, there's the dodgy bits we can cut out.
they're called settled after a while.
Are there people that are like that are like, I used to be a traveller and I'm speaking out against?
If you're gay, you can't really stay in the community. I think most gays leave, don't they? Because they're just
most
fucking...
gays. There's that famous gay gypsy who Tyson Fury. No, he
he's a singer, is he?
No, he was on like Big Brother and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like he was on like first dates, and then people got really offended when he was on first dates because he's on first dates and he's just talking about like getting his ass eaten and stuff, and he's like, "I love it, yeah." And then, but she's like orange, like fake tan and stuff, and he's like one of these like just, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of an equivalent of just a TV sort of personality.
Yeah, like a what are they called? Yeah, just like a reality star.
A reality star.
Reality slot.
Yeah, exactly. So he's kind of the only one I can think of that's like a famous sort of. But yeah, like even Tyson Fury and stuff, I'm pretty sure he got into trouble for saying stuff about gays and whatever.
Oh, for sure. They're all super religious.
Is he still fully in that community though?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
I think he just bought the nicest caravan.
yeah. I know if he, with all of his money, he just still insisted.
Well, no, I thought he gave a lot of his money away, didn't he, for one of those fights?
To drug dealers.
To charity, I thought. It was like, cause you know when all these people, they're like, "No, you got mental health's real important. You got to look out for your mental health, boys."
Yeah.
And like he gave it to some mental health charity.
Oh yeah, because he did go through like
shut up and fucking kill yourself. Right?
Yeah, because he did. He was like
he had a
mental health sort of crisis where he said one day he was driving his fucking trailer, his caravan down the road, and he was driving his like supercar down the road, and he like wanted to just crash it into like a fucking tree or something. But I don't know. Like, I need to just get one of them on here to just.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I did a gig out one of the nights at Poster, and then I was emceeing, and there was an Irish guy, and he was like, "Hey, how you doing, lad?" And then I said, "Jesus, where's that accent from?" And then he says, "Oh, I'm from wherever." And then I said, "Oh, I couldn't really." And he goes, "Ah, no, I'm not a fucking Jippo." And then I was like, "Ooh," I was like, "Is that a slur? That sounds like a slur." And then everyone started laughing. He was like, "Move on, lad." Anyway, I'm upstairs after the gig, and this fella comes over on like a fucking crutch, and he's just like, I'm a member of the travelling community, and I was in the room when that happened, and if I wasn't on this fucking crutch, there would have been mayhem.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I'm sure there's nice.
No, for sure.
ones
And
out
I've heard there's fucking nice black people and shit. I've heard there's like a sound guy in China.
Oh fuck! Have you ever been to China?
I've been to the airport in China.
Yeah.
Rough and off. No,
Yeah.
I've been to tons of Southeast Asia though.
Right.
Not doing sex tourism.
Yeah,
Thailand?
that's where your
I've
mind.
been to Thailand, yeah. I've been to
That's
Thailand.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're all sound. Like Southeast Asia sound. They're like humble and shit.
We were talking about this the other night. They're very nice and welcoming.
Yeah.
And the
The
Vietnamese, no, they're a bit curt.
Vietnamese are like a little more aggressive, but
Yeah.
they're still nice.
Yeah, they've got the memories of the war, probably.
Yeah, but I've been there, and they have a museum. They have the war museum there in Saigon,
Yeah,
Ho Chi Minh City.
Saigon with the wind.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Sorry, I can't help myself.
But they have a part in the museum for the American soldiers that died, which I thought was like fucking. You don't have.
Sweeties.
Yeah, they're being
Yeah.
overly sound.
Yeah, that's right.
Because there's pictures. There's pictures of just these deformed fucking babies from the Agent,
Agent
Orange
Orange,
and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
They've got like fucking 3 eyes and 2 cocks and shit. Like
Wow.
it's mad. Like
Yeah.
so. Actually, that sounds like it is
Calm
mad.
down.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Yeah. Fucking lucky
It seems like you
bastards.
just got more stuff going on.
Yeah. They've
Yeah.
an excess of
All the
wealth.
better to see you with.
Yeah. But yeah, no, when I was in North Korea, they brought us to a war museum thing, and it was the opposite. Like,
It was just empty.
it was just empty. Yeah,
What
but no,
was
they
it
had
made
like
of? Oh yeah, South Korea. That's
yeah,
right.
they had like
Fucking
these like a battle scene that was like made out of like wax figures and stuff, and it was like Madame Tussauds, except it was like a battle scene, and they had American soldiers that were like lying on the ground. They had like crows eating out their eyes and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
The whole time they were like basically like if America wants to start shit, let's do it, and we will fuck them up. Like that's how deluded they are.
Yeah, they're kind of sick. They're kind of fucking. They're kind of like
No, but it's like that.
they're just
crazy-
fucking mad.
I
like.
wish I had the confidence of North Korea as a
Yeah.
country.
Yeah,
But there
it's
was
one family, isn't it? It's one family that just took the reins after the Korean War and just
Yeah.
like fucking. This
Kim-
is how we're doing it.
The Kim Il Sung, yeah, the
Yeah.
Kim Jong Un, no, the Uns,
No, the
Oons.
Kims.
the Kims, yeah,
Yeah.
just call them the Kims.
I think they start with the family name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was Kim Il Sung. Yes, it's Kim Il Sung, Kim Jong Il, and
Kimchi?
Kimchi something.
Kimchi Yum.
And no one.
Kimchi yum. Kimchi is yum.
And now
Have you ever
the,
had kimchi?
is the one that there's no. He's like my age. He's like fucking. He's not even 40.
The
kid that's running it now.
Looks great for his age, though.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah,
You know, that's what owning slaves.
yeah. He doesn't have to lift a finger
No,
ever.
it's grand.
Yeah, it's grand. But yeah, no, I've never. I was supposed to go to Thailand back in like 2018, and
Fighting.
for
Muay Thai.
fighting. Yeah,
Oh, you're going to do one of those camps.
I was
Gonna do a little bit of fighting, a little bit of
fighting,
fucking.
a little bit of fucking, a little bit of drinking, and yeah, I was gonna.
That'd be a nice T-shirt.
Yeah, fighting, and then just me fucking a ladyboy at the bottom. Yeah, I was gonna go do that, and then I couldn't go because I got a fucking concussion. But prior to going, but yeah, I was looking forward to it, man. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
You still should have just gone and just fucking.
I should have just gone and just taken the damage and then
is-
just.
Oh no,
fuck
but
it.
I mean, just not fought. Just gone.
Well,
on
I was like, if
holiday.
I'm gonna go, I wanted to go all in, and just
Yeah.
spar and everything. So I was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean? And then if you go over there to a Muay Thai camp and you're surrounded by these Thai bastards, and you're like, no, don't hit me in the head, please. I'm very fragile.
Yeah.
They'd
Yeah.
be like, what? I just
Yeah,
get out of here, you
Yeah.
pussy.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, but I don't know if you've seen this film. It's called A Prayer Before Dawn. Have you heard about this movie? It's fucking great. So it's like it's based on a true story about this British boxer, like this washed up young British boxer who goes to Thailand, and he's like going on like drug fucking binges and stuff, and he's in like a fucking. I've heard stories of, like, lads going to Thailand and then they get like, so that they'll hook, like, a woman will approach them on the street and be like, oh, I want to have a good time with you, and then they go, all right, and then they bring them back to the hostel or whatever, the hotel, and they fuck them, and then they leave, and then the women just like go up to the police and accuse them
Yeah, yeah.
of raping them, and the police come and like, and then they say like, we're gonna arrest you unless you give us like all of your money and your watches and your phones and stuff, and it's just like a scam they run there. But anyway, this guy, he's like doing all these drugs or blah blah blah, blah, and something happened with a hooker, and then police
Ran
came
the
in,
gaff.
threw him in
Found
prison.
drugs.
Yeah, found drugs,
Yeah,
threw him in
another one.
prison, and he just got like a really long sentence. But then he found out that, and this is true, that there's they have Muay Thai tournaments in between the prisons, where if you win the tournaments, you get released from
Yeah,
prison.
yeah. Sick.
So he starts training Muay Thai because you can already box. So he
Yeah,
starts
yeah.
training Muay Thai, and it's amazing. Like, it's
Yeah.
so good.
Wait, so is this based on anything?
It's based on true story.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I've,
right.
yeah,
I've,
yeah.
I've seen the guy in an interview.
Yeah,
He's so.
Really?
What part of England he's from? He's like a Scouser, or is he from? He's a.
he's a Scouser, I think.
He's sucky enough, like
He's what do you mean by sucky?
sucky.
Yeah,
Like would you not say sucky in Dublin?
I think Sucky was the name of the prostitute he was banging.
Scummy, like as in
He's rough. Yeah,
rough
yeah.
as fuck.
He's
like,
rough. He's
tough
not.
cunt, like.
Yeah, he's not a Tory. Like,
No,
do you know
no,
what I
no.
mean?
He ain't posh.
Yeah,
You know what I
no,
mean?
no. And then sure, like then he fought his way out of prison, which is just fucking amazing. But yeah, I just remembered there. I was at do you know the way they have, like, in Ireland? I don't know if you have this in Australia, but the toilet attendants You know those lads?
Yeah, yeah.
They were
Never.
Like, so City has one of them. Where you go in, it's just like a black lad.
Trying to sell you lollipops and fucking
Yeah.
juice.
Wait, City has one?
Yeah, dupe. Yeah. So last night, because when on Saturdays after the gigs, they
It's fucking so awkward. It's the worst.
They turn the basement into
A nightclub, is it?
into a nightclub. So your
Yeah,
man
yeah.
goes in, sets up shop.
Yeah.
Lollies, fucking.
Oh, it's
Chewing
I
gum.
hate it. It's awkward. Like,
Yeah.
I
So
don't
go
give
in-
him money because I don't want the fucking job to exist.
No.
Yeah, I go in and I'm like, I wash my hands, and then he's there handing me the soap. I was like, I know what you're doing. You're trying to help me so that after this whole interaction, you can ask me for money.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need your help. So I'm washing my hands. He gives me soap, and then I'm like, all right, thanks. Blah blah blah. And he hands me a blue paper towel. And in the meantime, some fucking guy from the audience is trying to talk to me, like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
well, I'm from Belfast and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh yeah, and the guy just keeps interrupting, like, give me. I'm like, yeah, thanks, and I fucking dry my hands, and then he goes, brother, show me some love, like, show me, pointing at the tray where you put
Yeah,
the money.
yeah.
I was like, no, man, like, I don't. You seem like a tight cunt, but then I was like, no, I don't have any.
I can use the fucking toilet myself.
Yeah, I didn't.
What if you
need
ask one of them to wipe your ass though? If you're like, fuck
Yeah,
it.
No, I
yeah.
thought the
Fuck
purpose
it,
of that.
£10,
Yeah, you're gonna-
£10,
you're gonna
and then
earn that
yeah,
money.
you just hand them the toilet paper and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly, yeah.
'Cause the only time I went to a nightclub in London, we had cocaine, and the guy who got the cocaine was like, you got to go give the guy £20 before you go in,
Yeah.
so that he just shuts the fuck up about it. That's what they're there for, right?
Yeah.
So they
that
just
what
collect
I
people
didn't-
who are just taking your taking
even
drugs
know
in the
that.
toilet.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense actually.
You pay them
Yeah.
first, and then they just they're like what do you what's it worth to get a paper towel and a fucking some soap to dispense?
Yeah, but
for
I
you?
could fucking do coke without that guy even hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You've
sit
got it
down.
down to a fine
I
art.
can't.
Yeah, you sit. No, you just fucking sit down. You flush.
Oh,
And you sniff.
you fart at
Oh,
the
you
same
flush.
time you're sniffing.
Yeah, you fart, yeah.
You
You
try
just
to
have to have everything ready as quietly as possible, and then when you hit the flush, you just fucking do a massive fucking hoof a massive line,
Yeah, but
and
the
then you
thing-
walk out smiling like a cunt.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
offer him some. But it's like, yeah, it's one thing if you like get some cologne off them, or you get like, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
chewing gum, or like a lot. Yeah, then you give them money. But like, if it's just giving you,
Give me a
Paper towel.
yeah, that is an
It's like-
odd thing.
no, I don't. You know what I
And
mean?
the
A machine replaced that job fucking years ago.
The
Yeah.
City Comedy Club bathroom is not like a fancy, but because
No.
I always associate that with like a high end kind of place.
yeah,
Like you have that, it makes sense because it's rich people; they have cash for that kind of thing.
Mhm.
But fucking City Comedy Club,
Yeah.
where it's
If I hear another comedian do like, some comedian did it at some competition do that, and they do the whole like, no, they do the thing where it's like, no Armani, no Punani. The amount of comedians who do that, you know,
I haven't heard that.
I've only heard that off black guys trying to sell fucking sunglasses.
Well, those are the guys who work in the bathrooms say all that shit all the time.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
that's it.
No
Yeah.
Armani, no Punani, no.
Do what comedians do a fucking.
Yeah, people
Right.
like they talk about they do bits about toilet attendants or like.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I've heard people do
Um,
bits about toilet attendants.
Yeah, we're like, oh no, there's other ones. No Armani, no Punani, new. So I don't know, fucking it's just random shit. But I remember my uncle told me a story about how he was in the bathroom of Lily Bordello's in Dublin.
Is it?
It's like a gentleman's club, and like
Oh, yeah,
Eamon
yeah.
Dunphy used to go there and get shit faced
The
or
man.
whatever.
Yeah.
The man, and he was doing, and then there's a fella doing coke off like beside the sink, like he was doing that, and anyway, long story short, my uncle went to use the hand dryer and he just went, and just blew his coke off the fucking thing. And your man was like, ah! My uncle just bolted out of the fucking room. Like, that's what you get for doing coke.
You're doing it.
That brazenly
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out
It's
on a-
fucking stupid.
sink, yeah. So have you now, like, you're not using, like, no,
No.
you're still on it?
No, I don't do anything. Yeah, I don't do anything in this.
Do you drink?
Yeah.
I'll drink. I would not be drinking these fucking pussy fake beers
Yeah.
if I could drink.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
but
drink.
is that just because you're doing the trial? Or?
Yeah, they're going to test
Okay.
me tomorrow.
But after the trial,
alcohol, they can test for alcohol up to 48 hours or some shit.
Right.
in your
Right.
blood. No, as soon as it's done.
as soon as you're done, and would you do other drugs after it's done, or you just?
Yeah, tranquilizers probably.
Yeah, nice.
And blow. If it's like not, I'm not like how I used to be, but I still like
How often would you be doing tranquilizers now?
barely ever recently.
Yeah.
But, you know, I miss the feeling.
Yeah.
It's like being on a roller coaster. You know what I mean?
I was always terrified of, with ketamine, the K-hole.
That's the best part.
That's not what I heard.
Oh, that's for fucking people who need to control
Yeah.
everything around them.
But I don't.
You do lose control, but like you can't move. It's like pretty safe because what are you going to do? You know,
Yeah.
you can't even wreck your gaff
I had a
or
friend
anything.
who-
You're like a fish. You're just a.
I had a friend who said he
Yeah.
got raped by a woman when he was in a K-hole.
It's just you in a wig.
Women can't even fucking rape.
Yeah. I had a friend who once woke up. He went back with a girl to her place, and he was so drunk. He was like, "I don't want to have sex." And she's like, "Oh, come on." He was like, "No, I don't want to have sex." And she's like, "Oh," and then he fell asleep, and he woke up, and she was on top of him, and she was like smushing his dick into her vagina.
That sounds a bit kind
And
of like
then
rape. I
he was like,
suppose.
"Oh no, get away from me!" She's like, "No, shut up." She's like, whatever. And then
I shouldn't be laughing. This is someone's
He
trauma.
told us that story,
No.
and we were like, "Yeah, you got raped." And he was like, "No, no, I didn't get raped." He's like, "That's literally like the textbook definition of a rape." And he was like, "No, no." He just couldn't accept that a woman
Yeah.
raped him. It was.
They're not going to
crazy.
be. They're not going to be great at it though.
No, they're not. They're novices. But you were saying that what was the thing with your friend? Your friend thought he got raped in the K-hole.
Yeah, because he got it when it ended up in a K-hole, like in a public toilet when he
Yeah.
was, and I guess it happened while he was on a toilet making out with her, and then he was kind of like no, same kind of thing basically,
Yeah.
like kind of saying no, and then she just kind of, just shoved it up, did the old smush.
Oh,
Shoved
she
the
tried to
smush.
smush his soft penis into her fucking pussy.
Well, I think I guess so.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's just. It's not your fucking meat and potatoes rape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting your ass blasted out by
No,
someone.
it's
No, I mean that's a rape.
Yeah, that's.
Getting raped by
And
a
then
man is
that-
a rape.
that
With
that
a capital R.
Imagine in court, they're like, was it rape or was it rape?
Was it like, because you were doing that bit on stage about that the woman who got arrested recently for shagging like 3 of her students who were like 14.
That's what's his name was saying the other night.
Were you not doing that bit? No.
No, Callum. Is it Callum Jones?
The light's going in my eyes. Oh, it was Callum Jones.
Callum
who was
Jones,
doing
yeah.
that
It was
bit.
I'm thinking because he kept on saying whatever name it was making me laugh.
Yeah, her name is something. She has a weird
Bunda,
name or something.
Bunda.
Yeah. So actually, let me get I get it up on my phone here. So his whole thing was like, what was it again?
Bunda Betty. Was he saying he kept
Bunda-
on saying Bunda Betty
Yeah, school teacher.
that was banging 14-year-olds.
Yeah, school teacher arrested.
The audience weren't going for it, but
the audience weren't.
they
going
were
for it.
giving him nothing. But I was fucking at the back. I was slapping the bar and shit. I was having
Yeah.
a great time.
Yeah, so
I didn't even know heard the story before. It's just when he kept on saying Bunda Betty.
I think he got the name wrong because the name here is Rebecca Joins. So maybe he just made up a fucking random.
is this Callum Jones?
Yeah. Shameless moment. Pedo teacher Rebecca Joins asks cops, "Are you serious?" as she's arrested for bedding schoolboys. But obviously, you know, the argument there is it's like, oh, every schoolboy wants to
Bang a teacher.
bang their
yeah.
teacher or
Yeah,
whatever. And I mean, like, there's that whole thing about like you look back at the time you're attracted to your teachers because they're like just females that you're seeing every day, so they seem attractive to you, but looking back they're not really that attractive. Just in the context of being in school, you're like, oh, she's hot, but it's just like
Yeah.
you're just
Oh
seeing
no, I
her
had some
every
hot
day.
teachers.
Like hot
Yeah.
teachers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
And did you ever? Was there ever?
No, I
any-
liked the ugly ones.
Huh?
I like
the ugly
I like
ones,
the
yeah.
more attainable ones. I'd be like,
Right.
this teacher might just be desperate enough to fuck me.
Yeah. I remember.
Everything else in our life is falling apart. We can tell that.
Yeah.
Cries before class.
yeah.
I remember my dad told me this story that like sorry. My dad told me this story about how there was so like with the graduation. I don't know if you guys did this when you graduated like high school or whatever, but sometimes the teachers would like go out and kind of drink with you.
Yeah, and the grads or the debs.
Yeah. So around then, and so there's this one story where when I did it, the teachers just came to like the pre-drink thing after the graduation. So we go to the pub after, and then we go out into town. But then the teachers weren't allowed to go out with us into town. But with my dad's school, there was one year where a female teacher went with the lads into the nightclubs or whatever, and she got shit faced, and they all got shit faced, and then they went back to like one of the lads' places for like an after party, and she was just like, if someone gets me cocaine, I'll show you my tits. She's like one of their teachers. So the lads were like, oh, so can we get cocaine? No one could get cocaine, so they just got like baking soda. And they're like, there you go. They just did out lines of baking soda. And she snorted, and she was just like getting out her tits and like fucking maybe blew a few of them or whatever.
Wow.
And then from that point on,
They had to establish some rules.
there was a new rule: the teachers aren't allowed. to go
you gotta
drinking.
give them real cocaine.
You have to give them real cocaine. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, going back to that thing, like with the schoolboys, like it's yeah, because the news headlines and stuff would be like, you know, a female teacher is arrested for having sex with underage, and then people in the comment section are like, the headline should read that teacher rapes children.
Yeah.
Because if it was a man with young girls, it would be man rapes underage children. But when it's a woman with young boys, then it's just kind of like,
And what do you think?
it's just sex.
It's titillating.
There's obviously like a weird text. If we're speaking like with textbook definitions, is rape.
Yeah, but men and women are
There's
different. That's the
men.
thing.
It's a men with men with young girls. There's the whole thing that boys may be mature with regards.
Slower.
No, quicker than my
No,
mum's
that's the
my
thing,
mum's
though.
calling me. Go away, mum. Sorry, I should
They
put my phone on.
I was late because my mum was calling
boys
me.
mature slower.
Huh?
Boys mature slower, yeah. But
Yeah, but like sexually, like I guess they're less vulnerable.
back in the day,
maybe?
if you were like an older man and you wanted to bang a child, you'd have to marry her. See,
yeah,
things have changed.
Make a fucking
Right,
honest
yeah.
You
woman.
had to make an
Yeah.
honest woman out of that 12-year-old.
yeah. Don't worry, I'll make an honest woman. out of
Yeah,
it, don't
yeah.
worry.
But just there's an exchange of cattle or goats or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
They still do it. I've heard they still do it in some places, but I
My-
don't want to read into it.
My girlfriend was
Yeah,
telling me
yeah.
about, because she's Middle Eastern, and she like her grandma was saying that, like, I can't remember exactly, it wasn't their family, but like there was some guy that wanted to marry her great grandma or grandma when she was 11, and they're like no, you gotta wait till she's 12.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He had to wait a year.
Are you
They're
sick?
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I remember I did a bit on stage about how the Prophet Muhammad, he got with that girl Alicia or whatever. That was the name of the girl.
Hot name.
Fatima.
Huh? Fatima, was it?
I think it's Fatima, yeah.
So he got with her when she was like 9. But then the bit was like, don't worry, lads. He waited until she was 12 to. That's the story. That like,
Yeah.
He I'm sure I'm getting the ages off. Something like that. He met her. They got married when she was like 8 or 9.
She was 9, but she was a 10.
She was 9. She was 10. Yeah. But like, yeah, there's the whole thing with Gandhi that like to tempt himself, he'd sleep in a bed with young girls.
Yeah, his nieces, yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't bang them, so fucking.
Bang them. So
All right, I
Gandhi.
need to be tempted tonight. You know the rules.
But like,
my life, my rules.
yeah. Exactly. No one would say no to Gandhi.
Yeah.
Back
He'd fix
then.
your computer, he'd make you.
Yeah,
a
why don't you
curry.
let me have a... Yeah. Why don't
I
we...
wonder how he got the time to do that in between all
Yeah,
the
like,
IT he was doing, you know?
Let me have a Gandhi of you in that nightgown.
Give Gandhi a handy.
That was his catchphrase.
Give Gandhi a handy. Oh, fuck. Alright, guys, that's the end of the public episode. If you want to keep listening, head on over to the Patreon. It's $3.50 a month. There's 2 extra episodes every week, and there's a massive back catalogue of all the old extra episodes. So yeah, get on there if you want to support the podcast. Otherwise, as always, thanks for listening, and yeah, we'll see you next week. All right, I love you. Bye.